you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Good evening. Welcome to the Nick Shine Show. I am your host, Nick. Pleasure to have you here with me tonight as we are a couple days away from round 2 of the Jets and Dolphins in 2025. Now, we're going to get into a few things in a few minutes here. We haven't been able to beat Tua. How can we do that? We'll get into that. Much more. Buckle up. It's Blitz BK time.
It's got me.
Gentry covered in football!
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined to get in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky.
Who, me?
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic. Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Lad Hall, hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the link so Bobby can call and speak again. Bonesy did the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman, it's like we seeing twins. Feeding tins, pounding on these bleeding fins. Week 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where the teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Dark Soldier's here. Johnny's in the house. Bobby. Good evening, everyone. Normally, this is the part where I go into a monologue about the Jets. I gotta address something first. There's been some shit talk out there about this program. Don't talk shit about my family. They're my family.
And this just in, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Get ready for this new showdown. I call it the anytime, any day throwdown. Nick Shine, kill these clowns till they make no sound. They lose weight, we feel great when we burn these pounds. We all know that jet green make the earth go round. Another rookie head coach, another first go round. We bleed green, each fiend's on this team right now. And twist dreams in the DP where my peeps are found. Shine is unite, knock the lights out at midnight. We go show for show, goon for goon. We can fist fight, I rip mics. Clemens and Williams, all the dislikes. Bunch of Jets rappers out there, they ain't this nice. I did this twice. Got a sick addiction, so the green and white's my vice. I gave it blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah, I paid my price. Many years on this flight, no prescription, but I need a championship in my life, yo.
For as
long.
Love Blitz BK. Shout out to him. Shout out to you, Jets fans. Now, there's a lot of debate in Jets land. What do? Some want to win, some want to lose. Some are panicky about the draft positioning. Others just want the team to get better. We're going to get into all of that. I promise you, we will discuss all of that. But first, let's look at the Miami Dolphins. Let's look at Tua. Let's look at this offense without Tyreek Hill and see how we can defeat them. The main thing you got to do against Tua is you got to make him move his feet. You got to take his first read away. You got to take away that quick pass that Mike McDaniels is very good with drawing up. He is. The whole scheme is first read and design it for yards after the catch. He excels at it. When you can take that away and you can make Tua go through his progressions and get those happy feet, that's when he doesn't line up. He doesn't throw the ball the right way. It sails. And this year, probably more than ever, Tua's been prone to interceptions. Interceptions are something that the New York Jets do not get on the regular. So, can this be a game where we can force him into mistakes? Can this be a game where we make him move his feet? Can we put pressure on him? And more importantly, in order for Tua to struggle, you have to stop their best player, which right now is A-Chain. You have to control him. Now, this past week with Bijan Robinson and the Atlanta Falcons, we had problems in the stretch run game. We had problems with our linebackers with the cutback game. We had problems controlling him. A-Chain is similar in the way that he's got great cutback ability, he's got great explosiveness, and he has the ability to hit a home run from anywhere on the field in the passing game and the running game. Sounds exactly like with who we just struggled with this past Sunday. So, Sherwood and Quincy have to have a better game. You got to make it 3rd and long. If you're 3rd and 4 shorter, you're in trouble because now you got to worry about the passing and the running of A-Chain, and you got to worry about quick passes where they can just do little bubble screens, get out, spread you out, and take advantage out in the open field. Will McDonald has to show up. Will McDonald has to have a good game. Now, for those of you watching, you're aware. I want to win. I don't want to lose games. I'm not going to be upset if we lose, but I do want to win games. And here's why. The better we are as a team now, this season, the more that we can improve upon as the season goes on. Now you have less to improve upon going into the next season. That's the goal for Aaron Glenn. We've seen Aaron Glenn improve as the season goes on. We've seen Aaron Glenn get better. We've seen Engstrand start to improve. We've seen the offense get a little better with Taylor coming in at quarterback. So, how do we keep growing on that side of the ball? I can't wait for Garrett Wilson to get back. I know you have Mitchell. I know you have Mechie. I know we got Mason Taylor. But when you get a player with the talent and the caliber of a Garrett Wilson, that makes everything easier for Mechie, for Mitchell, and for Taylor. Because as of right now, nobody's getting doubled on this team in the passing attack. Maybe Mitchell will start to get a little bit of that. But when you get Mitchell out there and he's playing as a number 2 across from Garrett Wilson, now you can really start to take advantage in the passing game. I haven't heard anything on Garrett. We know he's on the IR, which means he's out for 4 games. There's some discussion amongst Jets fans. Do we keep him out? Do we even want to see him return? Do we want to get to the offseason with Garrett Wilson 100%? Do we want to take the risk of him getting injured and then having to rehab or, God forbid, a surgery in the offseason? You don't want that. So I understand with where we're at. Listen, we're not going to make a playoff push, even if people are saying we're not mathematically eliminated. We're not mathematically eliminated yet. Other teams will get to 9 and 10 wins, and we will be eliminated in time. But to be not eliminated yet, considering the 0 and 7 start, is a fun little game to play. Now, how do we get this game and how do we improve? Well, I think what you need to do for Taylor on offense is keep getting the ball out of his hands quickly. I don't want to see Taylor dropping back, running around, scrambling, circling around. Listen, it worked a little bit last week, but we don't want that because for those of you that don't know, Justin Fields was just put on the injury list with knee soreness or whatever that is. I don't know how he got injured this week without playing, but now he's on the injury report. So very curious to see how this plays out. Are you elevating Cook as your backup? Are you making him Justin Fields active and hoping that you don't have to go to him? What's the plan? So it's interesting. It's very interesting that Fields pops up on a Thursday after not playing for 2.5 weeks on an injury report. I have no idea what caused this. He hasn't wanted to take on the role that the Jets have wanted to introduce to him. So we may see what some people have wanted, Brady Cook as a backup. Now, if Brady Cook is your backup, you got to protect Taylor. You can't have Taylor running around. You got to get the ball out. Angstram's got to come out with a better design. And I think you really lean on Brees Hall. I think that Jets fans, we've seen Brees Hall have a dominant game against the Dolphins before. A couple of years ago, I think he ended up with 199 total yards of offense. And it was the game where he had that big swing pass, that wheel route that Zach Wilson hit him with, and he got tackled at like the 1. And he just went off with a dominant performance. And I think that Jets fans, we have been waiting for that to be the case. We have been waiting for Brees Hall to be that guy week after week after week, and we just haven't seen it yet. We've seen glimpses of it. We've seen moments. We've seen plays where we're like, there he is, and then it disappears. So as much as we love Brees Hall, the talent, the constant and consistent production hasn't been there. So I think we're at a point where I'd love to see that. I would love to see the rest of this season, and I've been saying this for several weeks now, feed Brees. Run him till the wheels fall off. Run him time and time again if you have to. If the wheels fall off, then you don't sign him. If he continues to play well, if he continues to carry a heavy workload, then you go into the offseason with the negotiations. Then you go into the offseason and say, hey, we appreciate everything you did. We know it wasn't easy in the beginning of the year with the situation on offense. We know Garrett went down. You were the main guy. You were the rock. You were carrying this offense, and we want to reward you for that. We're going to make an effort to bring in a better quarterback, a young quarterback that can help build. We're going to make another addition at wide receiver. We want you to be who and what we build this offense around. We want you to be a part of the come up. We've heard Sauce say it. We've heard Garrett say it. Quinnen said it. They all wanted to be here. They all wanted to be a part of the turnaround. Brees has a chance to do it. Garrett's locked in. Garrett ain't going anywhere. Teams called about Garrett at the trade deadline. They didn't want to do it. So for the New York Jets, establish your identity. I feel that week to week, we as an organization and we as a team don't know who we are yet. Let's start to do that. We know we have a good offensive line. The rankings are in. It's deep enough into the season now, 12 games in with 5 to go, that you know if it's trending or if it's just a flash in the pan. Membu is solid. Titman has become a very good right guard. He's a top 10 guard in the league this year with his rankings. Membu is. Olu, shaky start in the beginning of the year, but he has really, really turned it around. He's done really well with establishing himself on a path to an elite pass rusher or pass protector, forgive me. And he's not weak. He's done better in pass protection than the running. But his run blocking is better than I thought it would be. I thought we would be a team that primarily runs to the right. Of course, this was in the preseason when we still had AVT. I thought that would be our power side with AVT and Membo. It's been well balanced. We've been able to run both ways with Simpson and Olu on the left. Myers in the middle, that's your weakest link on the offensive line. I know he's been solid. He hasn't gotten injured. He's been there for 12 games. But that's where you got to get better. Now, it's still out there. What do we do with Simpson? Some people are having a discussion about AVT. All right. I can't do it. I can't give AVT money because if I'm giving AVT any sort of money, he's the talent to be a starter. But I don't want to see him as a starter. Not with us. We've made those mistakes too many times. It's been 3 years. The Jets have got to learn. If a guy is getting injured time and time again, it's time to let him go. Wish him well. He's done nothing wrong. He earned captain this year. But you can't get burned. You can't constantly have the same guy derailing your plans. So, offensive line-wise, we're not in a bad situation. It's our best position group right now. Garrett Wilson comes back. Wide receiver may be in there. For where we started in the beginning of the season, we could be all right. We could be all right short-term and long-term. Shout out to Daniel Meehan, our resident Miami Dolphin fan, for checking in. It's not about beating Tua. Miami is no ground and pound and play defense. We are no longer that pass-happy team. Yeah, I gave A-Chain a lot of love, Daniel. I don't know when you joined the show, but thank you for being here. But I did speak about A-Chain, his ability. He's over 1,000 yards rushing. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's had some games with 7, 8, 9, 10 receptions. I do have him in a dynasty league, so I know he is very capable of striking from anywhere at any time and taking the ball the distance. So I am very concerned about him, especially with the struggles and the issues that we just had with Bijan Robinson this past week. That slashing running attack, that stretch run game. A guy like Michael Clemens out there on the D line, you just run to his side, and it's almost as if somebody's not even there. So he's a problem. He's definitely a problem. J-Boy says, pay Simpson, move Tippin over, and draft the center in the second and bring back Josh. J-Boy, this is my plan. Give Myers 2 years, $10 million, 2 years, $12 million. Let him be your sixth man. That was the plan for him this year, to be the sixth man, to be that backup offensive lineman. But unfortunately, when AVT went down, he had a bump in. But I think Myers as a sixth man has value. He's got the playing time. He's got the experience. He's been a starter in the league. I have no issue with that. I think if you and Max Mitchell has come in a couple times in the tight end role. You know, the main thing is none of our backups are playing. A couple of years ago, we had 14 offensive linemen used. we didn't have. There was months where we went without the same exact offensive line uh, configuration, and we've done it all 12 now 13 games coming in on Sunday. Yeah, Robert, see, well, he's your sixth man for your offensive line. Where if when we were going into the season with AVT there, if a tackle got hurt, my plan was you bump AVT out, you move Titman to guard, and you move Myers to center. So that was why I'm saying the sixth man, where if anyone went down, Myers was your guy to come in off the bench. You didn't necessarily have to go to a backup tackle, a backup guard, or a backup center. You could bump everybody out and just bring in Myers. So yeah, the line has been good. I would love to get a dominant center. I would love to get a dominant center. But folks, I thank you for being here. Hit the like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I thank everyone who's here watching the show. I appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. Look forward to doing this show all day. So thank you to everyone who's a part of it in the chat. You guys are the best. We do have a raffle going on. We got 2 items that are up. We have a Darrelle Revis autographed mini helmet, and we have a Freeman McNeil. It's number 24, former running back of the Jets in the 80s. We'll be giving those away the week of Christmas, the night of the Saints game. And breaking news for the day of the Saints game, I will be with Green Bean and Jeremy on their channel, on Green Bean's channel, for that game cast. So Green Bean asked me if I was available at all the rest of the season, and I told him I could make that day because I'm coaching my nephew in basketball, and we don't have a game that Sunday. We have a game Saturday, the day before, so I'm able to make it. Slow runner. Speed up my heart. Good news. That's awesome. It's good news for the Jets. We need Dallas to miss the playoffs. We need the Colts to free fall. That's what we need. So I was hoping that the Cowboys would go on a 5-game slide. I was hoping that Philly would beat them. Detroit, Minnesota doesn't look like they're going to be capable of doing that. Although J.J. McCarthy did get cleared tonight from the concussion protocol, so he should be in line to play on Sunday. I can't see that they're putting in this undrafted player. So it's worth keeping an eye on what the Cowboys do. And we need the Colts to miss the playoffs. You know, Daniel Jones, I think teams figured out what they want to do with Jones. And now they're capable. Where are we? Their schedule remaining, the Colts. I believe they're in Jacksonville this Sunday. They just lost to the Texans. They lost to the Chiefs the week before. They had the Falcons, or the Falcons had them, but then they lost that game in overtime. I believe that one was in Germany, if I'm not mistaken. But now for the Colts, you go to Jacksonville, which is not easy. And then you have a trip to Seattle, which is not easy. And then you have the 49ers coming in on Monday Night Football, the week of Christmas. Not easy. Then you got the Jaguars again. Not easy. And then you go to the Texans, which could be for the division. Not easy. So for as good as the Colts started, and don't forget, they were a 1 seed when this season, when the trade for Sauce was made. They were the 1 seed. And now they're falling. And as Jets fans, we definitely need them to fall out of the playoffs. That means our pick would be 18, 17, 16, depending on how other teams do record-wise. But if the Jets need to trade up, folks, that pick from the Colts could be a huge factor in that. Don't forget, the day that trade was made, they were projected to have the 32nd pick, and they could be on a path to missing the playoffs overall. So, call link is there. Anyone wants to call in, discuss the Jets, discuss the Dolphin game, discuss the draft. anything you have on your mind, feel free. Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the chat. But don't forget the raffle going on. Darrell Revis helmet, which, yes, I know he did not wear that helmet, Robert C. Thank you for pointing that out. And to be fair, Robert, Freeman McNeil didn't actually wear this jersey. But the items are there. The items are up to be had. $5 super chats and up get you on the wheel. Gifted memberships get you on the wheel. And what we will do right now is I will gift 5 myself. But make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys. And we got some good names popping up here. We got Tammy C, Robert's lovely wife. We got Kelso Porto. We got Jaden D'Angelo. We got Genergy. And we got Georgie. Shout out to you guys. That is definitely a lineup, Boomtown. That's definitely a lineup. That's some heavy hitters right there. And shout out to Adirondack Fly Guy, another heavy hitter who just gifted a membership that went to Gary Fuller. Thank you, Adirondack. I appreciate you, man. Happy that you can make a show. Normally, you're popping in at the end and we're winding down, but I'm glad you can make it, man. And appreciate you, bro. I really do. Hope everything's going well for you. We did get Nikki a car. We got him a 2020 Nissan Altima. It's got some high mileage. We got a really good deal on it. I was able to talk the guy down. It needs some work. We got tires on it today. We got him 4 brand new tires. We do need to get some brakes and rotors eventually. They're not bad, but within 6 months or so, we're gonna have to do that. And I think there's a couple other things. His mom has the paperwork, but listen, it's a car a couple years old. And we got it for $5,000. We know there's going to be some issues, but it's a good starter car for a kid. It can get him back and forth to school. If he's got to go somewhere far, he can use his mother's car. He's not using the truck though. But I know you've been asking about that, and I know you commented on social media when we did get it. So appreciate you, man. You're a good dude. Yeah, he took the front window tint off yesterday. He took the car out last night to go get gas once he got the license and the paperwork. Not the license, the plates, the license plates. And he comes back and he goes, "Daddy, I got to take that off." He goes, "Daddy, I got to get rid of that." I'm like, "All right." I go, "See if there's a YouTube video. See how you can take it off." So he took that off. And then today he's like, "I think I want to take the driver and the passenger side ones off in the front." So that's his next project. But got him the safety kit with the jumper cables and the gloves in case you got to change, like a whole little just a safety kit, a roadside kit, if that's exactly what it is. And then of course, if you're a Shine and you have a car, you have to have a Jet license plate frame on the back. So I got him the same exact one that I have. But yeah, I told him today, I go, "Now listen, you got to keep everything in order. Your grades don't slip. You don't talk back to your mother." I go, "Just don't think that like you have a car now, you can do whatever you want. You still have responsibilities to do, and the car can be taken away from you at my discretion or your mother's. So if we ask you to do something, you do it." And now he's got a car. He wants his freedom. So make sure he doesn't act up at all. It's called leverage. J-Boy says, "Nick, can I ask for a favor in the way of one interception Sunday?" I'm going to grant that. And here's why. Previously mentioned, I have to coach my nephew's travel basketball team. The game is at 2:00. I bet you about 2:15 on Sunday in Boomtown, please note this, somewhere between the 2 and 3 o'clock hour, I'm going to guess 2:15, the New York Jets will get their first interception of the season, and I'll miss it. That's why they'll get it. Aside from running to the bathroom, either at the stadium or wherever I'm watching the game, I haven't missed a play this year. That will be when it happens. I guarantee you, between 2 and 3 Eastern on Sunday, the New York Jets will get an interception. That's just my luck. Mark says Quinnen Williams no show tonight, just like Devin Williams. Yeah, how about now, Mark? I know you're a big Yankee fan, and I see Clancy's here too. I know he's a big Yankee fan. I got a serious question. Now, you guys know I'm a Yankee fan, so I'm not taunting with this. What the hell are the Yankees doing? You've had the no beard policy since your dad bought the team, and I think it was 73, if I'm correct. If not, let me know. I know it was the early 70s he bought it. You got rid of that policy last year for a guy like Devin Williams, and now the Yankees put a press release out that they're going back to the no beard policy. You dropped it for 1 year for a guy like that? You don't do that. That's nonsense. That's actually embarrassing. It would have been better off if you just never spoke about it again. I think it's embarrassing as a Yankee fan that they went right back to it now that Williams is gone. So, give me your thoughts. Call link is there. Call link is pinned. Jets fans, tell me what you think. Any questions? Yeah, I saw Clancy. I saw it today. It came out way before you were awake. I'm gonna take. I think Bleacher Report had it. I'm gonna see if I can pull it right now. If I find it, I will. I'll shoot it over to you. Where's the teams? I hate when they fucking rearrange Bleacher Report, man. It was perfect. You'd scroll down a little bit, and then the teams you follow, their icons would all pop up. I'm looking. Did I get duped on Twitter? Let me see. 12 hours ago. I'm looking. I could have sworn I saw that. There's no way that I had that as a dream. Yeah, Mark. Complete bum. All right, this is from Mark Gooden. Who's Mark Gooden? He's got 16.3 thousand followers. He's New York Mets senior writer. So it says statement from the Yankees managing partner Hal Steinbrenner. In recent weeks, I have spoken to a large number of former and current Yankees spanning several eras to elicit their perspectives on the long-standing facial hair. I just turned the phone. And grooming policy, and I appreciate their earnest and varied feedback. These most recent conversations are an extension of ongoing internal dialogue that dates back several years. Ultimately, the final decision rests with me, and after great consideration, we will be re-amending our expectations to force our players and uniform personnel to once again have no facial hair moving forward is the appropriate time to move back into the familiar comfort of our former policy. So that's what I saw. Old Dave is here. Cowboys and Colts tanks are alive. That's right. Let them free fall, baby. Let's go to Tankathon right now and see our updates. It's good looking at Tankathon for other teams, not just us. So Dallas is at 13th right now. They're 6-1. They're at 13th with their draft pick. So that would be number 45 overall. So the Jets would have 4 of the top 45 as of right now. And the Colts are at 23 at 8-4. So if they could free fall and get to that 16, 17, 18 range, you're looking at Houston to come and overtake them. Jacksonville's in the lead for division now with the tiebreaker at 8-4. They've won 3 in a row. Houston's won 4 in a row at 7-5, and the Colts have lost 2 in a row and are at 8-4. So things seem to be going in the right direction at the right time for the New York Jets. Not just for us with winning some games, but in terms of the people or the teams that we've acquired their draft picks, them free falling. So can't be upset about that. And like I said earlier in the show, I don't care if we pick 3rd, 8th, 12th. It doesn't matter to me. I would prefer to pick 12th, to be completely honest with you, because it means we're getting closer to being good. It means that after an 0-7 start, we had a winning record the rest of the way. I would love to go 6-4 down the stretch after starting 0-7, because several of those games, I've said many times, we should have won. So that 7, 8, 9 win range that I spoke about leading up to the season could have been possible. And it means that we're not a putrid team and we're not in a complete rebuild. It just needs an overhaul. That would be tremendous for the Jets to get to that level this year. Turn things around. Attack this draft. Get strong up front, man. Get that front 7 dominant. I believe that the secondary is there. Now, I know we don't have turnovers, but I believe an upgrade at safety and an upgrade at the pass rush and our linebackers will make things better. I really do. I'm on the fence. I know this discussion came up on Wednesday morning on Jake's show. I get it. Some people want Wilkes fired. I still say there's 5 games left. I mean, if I'm not going to say now, I'm not a big fan of throwing out hot takes. We live in a time and era where receipts are kept. I'd rather just wait to see how it plays out. I would rather just wait and then make a decision and make it rational. Listen, I know we live in a time and where people want information right away. They want hot takes. They want controversial. They want clickbait. That's not me. That's not this channel. Never has been, never will be. I base all of my opinions, thoughts, and takes in logic. So I think Wilkes can still prove himself. I think that if we keep improving on defense, you can look at the players at safety, at linebacker, and say, hey, we made a couple moves, low budget, low risk, high reward moves, and they panned out. Let's keep building this defense to the defense that we want. And then in year 2, I don't know. I could see them doing it. I can see them not doing it as of right now. And I'm indifferent on it because I think if you make the talent better, you'll get better performance. That's just me. I know Black Gypsy's been on my show, Jake's, and been very detailed of what he doesn't like about it. I also think that it's a coach's job to identify their strengths and, more importantly, identify your weaknesses. And if the players are the weaknesses, you got to upgrade the players. And with 100, and now we have another 7 million, so we should be 114 million. No, we were 117. We should be 124 now. And 207 the following year. You have money. You have draft picks. You shouldn't have many weaknesses. After the 2027 draft, you should have no weaknesses. You should be a serious contender going into the 2027 season. You have everything you need to become great. Go be great. Yeah, good point, Dave. Yeah, Salah had them. But folks, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Would appreciate that. Also, we have raffles going on here. Darrelle Revis helmet, autographed. Freeman McNeil jersey. $5 super chats and up. Get you on the wheel. Gifted memberships. Get you on the wheel. Give me a second. Oh, that's a nice surprise. Let's see if you guys got any questions in the chat. I'm gonna call this one an early one tonight because I do want to get up. I got a couple things I got to do tomorrow morning. So we'll wrap this one up nice and quick tonight. Any chats? Anyone wants to call in? Feel free. The link is pinned. If you got questions, go ahead, fire away. Robert C. Downs is a safety. So it's not so much about coverage, man to man. I believe we're going to go, unless there's an injury, we're going to go with Stevens, Thomas, and Brownlee as our top three corners for next year. All three would have been brought in by this regime, right? They signed Stevens, they drafted Thomas, and then they traded for Brownlee. They acquired their top three corners with every possible way. They built their room their way. The mock draft that went out today. Now, I do want to discuss this. When people create mock drafts, there's two reasons that you're doing it. You're doing it to get the names out there of the players. You're doing it to show what you think teams need. But you are also trying to get engagement. That's exactly what this mock today was. Dane Brugler came out with a mock, and he had the Jets taking a cornerback. That's going to gauge interest. That's going to get retweets. That's going to get views. That's going to get clicks. So that's exactly what that was. And Jets fans are notorious for taking the bait. They took the bait, they ran with it, they shared it, they discussed it, they did videos about it. Everything was about that mock today. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes things happen and we just have to go to them right away. Folks, I give to you.
Can you guys hear me? Hey, can you hear me? I'm on a fry right now. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you, no.
The Jets are going to play so good on Sunday. Let's go, Jets!
Let's go, Jets. And remember, when you find a lady,
Jets!
Show me your butthole.
No, I did not. I got to talk to some girls, though. You know, Nick, I got to talk to some girls, Today.
ladies and gentlemen, we got Max calling in. That's a misclick. Forgive me. But we got Max calling in from either a frat house, a club. Yeah, he boom. We couldn't even make out what that was. But you're right. Good luck to Max. Yeah. He's living his best life, as the kids say, right, Maze? He's out there living his best life. That was quite interesting. But again, thank you for everyone for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. We're still a couple away from 1,900, trying to get there. So if you're watching this show now, live, or after the fact, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the 2025 football season. So would love if you guys can help me get there. Clancy, that will be the day the New York Jets are dead to him, and YouTube will never exist again. There will be other websites that he now goes to. Yeah. I will vouch as a father of a teenage boy. Things change, priorities change, relationships change the second you start that. It's sad as a dad. Watch your little boy grow up. start to become a man. I'm trying to find it. I shared it yesterday in Discord. Let me see if I can locate it. Here it is. So, just to show you, now you guys have seen pictures of Nikki now. He's 17. He's a big kid. This is how I'll always view this kid, no matter what he does in life. That's how I'll always view my son. As a madman at that table with his I'd rather be naked shirt. Because we could not keep, he'd be running around in his diaper. That's how I'll always see that kid. So the fact that he's growing up and becoming a man, it's difficult on a father. Relationship changes a little bit, the priorities change. He's trying to figure out a balance in life. So it's tough, but you hope over the course of their youth, you've taught them enough lessons, taught them to be smart, and do the best going out into the world. Kevin Tattoos is here. He yelled, "Let's go Jets" at a frat party. He's not going to see female tits at all tonight. Oh shit. Maybe that was the key. Maybe there's going to be a young lady who comes over and says, "Hey, what were you just yelling about?" And it starts a conversation, and maybe that could be the first domino into Max becoming a young man. It would be wild if he ever does use that line. For those of you who don't know, I've been trying to coach Max up at the fraternity parties and on campus to say this to a lady.
Show me your butthole.
Now, the logic behind it is swing 1,000 times. If one hit lands, you're good. That's all it takes. Boomtown. Will his opening line be, "Can you hear me?" Very good. Especially in Eagles territory. Yeah. Clancy, I mentioned before, two of my best friends went to college in the fall of 96 it started, but we were down there all throughout the late 90s. I was down there for a lot of Jets games in 98. That year we had Vinny and we went 12-4. I'd be down there from Saturday the night before because I was down there like every weekend. And that's when Philly wasn't really good. That was right before they got good with McNabb and went on that run with Andy Reid as coach. But there's a lot of people from up here that go down there. So I can only imagine. So earlier, Charles and Max were together on Jake's show. Who loses their virginity first? I think Max, right? Because Max is in college and that's a better environment and a better chance of finding a lady, right? In college. Charles had already gone through that phase of his life. But interesting discussion. What's up, Fred? Yeah, we can hear you, buddy. Yeah, Clancy, that's right when we were down there. I never went to any of the sporting events, but it was fun. It was a great time. Some great stories from down at Rowan. And the part that sucked was the fraternity house that we would always be at, that my buddy was a member of, was Phi Kappa Sigma. And in the basement, the cross beams were like here. So like I had to stand in between them. And one time we're talking and I'm talking to a girl and I'm leaning down to hear her. And when I stand up, I hit my head on the cross beam. And you ever hit your head so hard that like your teeth go numb? Yeah, I basically gave myself a concussion in the basement and almost like knocked myself out. My buddy had to like hold me up. Good times. Very good times. Yeah, that was a good time down there, Phi Kappa Sigma. J Boy, I have not done rankings yet. That's usually something in January, February. We will have Dom C on here many times throughout the off season with his rankings. I just spoke to him tonight on the phone. Thanked him for coming on Sunday night on the show. But yeah, we will have Dom on. We'll have others on. I don't have my list yet. I got to see kind of how we attack this in free agency, because I'm not looking at just the best receiver because I don't want to take a guy that's similar to Garrett Wilson. I want to take someone that does things Garrett Wilson can't do. I want to take that physical receiver. I want to take that over the middle guy who can take a hit. I want to take that guy who's maybe 6'2" or taller, where you put a slant on him. I know Bell, I believe Bell is one of those bigger, stronger guys. I do believe that. If I'm wrong, correct me, but I think it was 6'2", 227, if I have the numbers right in my head. Because whenever I do the mocks, I always look at the height and the weight of receivers because I don't want another 5'11", 195 guy. I want that bigger body. I want someone who's bigger, more physical than Mitchell. Mitchell's 6'2", but like 205. I need bigger than that. I need someone who's more physical. I think you could still play a game where you put a slant on somebody and they can break a tackle and go. I watch the highlights all the time, as I'm sure all of you Jets fans do, of Braylon Edwards dragging New England Patriots defenders into the end zone on a quick pass in the playoff game in New England. Oh, snap. Johnny Boy's here. For those of you that don't, tomorrow night, it's Friday night. Jets Worldwide. Snowball and Johnny. Go subscribe. Check them out. Yeah. Uh, oh, you still feel it. You ever have those injuries where something happens to you and just like a certain sound or a certain memory, you can go right back to that moment? Yeah, that's Boomtown says, fun fact, Pamela Anderson is filming a new movie right now, 45 minutes from where I live. Interesting. One of my buddies who's a Jets fan, his name's Ray, lives a quarter mile down the road. He just had the old guy, David, from Stranger Things, and Courtney Cox was there. She's actor and producer of some documentary of a serial killer. And she was at his house. The producers from Netflix showed up multiple times, knocked on his door. He's out of the house now, but his dad is there. And his dad, he goes back every day and sees his father. But his dad kept getting contract offers. They finally sat down, they presented something, and they agreed. So they turned the whole house into like a 1970s, early 1980s look and vibe. And he sent me a picture of Courtney Cox. I'm pretty sure I posted that in the Discord. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So I can relate, man. It is pretty wild. Fred, I agree. We cannot have Tua be unbeaten. We can't. We can't. We got to take him out. I think Tyson is the one that is similar size to Garrett. I'm pulling it up right now. No, I'm wrong. He's 6'2", 195. All right, where are we at here with the receivers? Tate is 6'3", 191. Lemon is 5'11", 195. Boston is 6'4", 209. Bell is 6'2", 220. So I thought it was 227. I'm a little off with that. Concepcion from A&M is 5'11", 190. Brazel from Tennessee is 6'5", 200. And Bernard from Alabama, 6'1", 202. And then Lane from USC is 6'4", 195. So those are Lane is projected to go 53. So those are all the receivers, size and height and weights that are in the top. Mays, yeah, when it comes to football, yes, please. Yes, absolutely. 100%. I'm reminded of Lazard breaking a tackle, going in the house, just about the blessed play. Yeah, that tipped pass that he pulled down the other day wasn't too bad either, because it was a reactive play, and we don't really see Lazard having high football IQ or instincts. Robert C says Jets Worldwide has 300 and something subscribers, so subscribe to them. Hell yeah, definitely. I didn't know this about Tyson. I'm also not an Arizona State. Is it Arizona State? Yes. I'm not. I don't really take in much Arizona State football. Shout out to Kevin who just subscribed to Johnny and Snowball. And shout out to all of you for being here watching the show. I appreciate you guys. You're the best. Ricky, I say this to bust your balls, but I don't. I can't take your opinions on Florida State players seriously because you think they're the greatest in the world. I love your takes on players not from Florida State, but the receiver last year, we brought him in as a walk on, an undrafted. I forget his name. I forget his name. But Verse is great. Jermaine's been great. But you know I got to bust your balls about the Florida State guys. Oh, my arm. But yeah, if you guys haven't either, go over, check out Ricky New York Live. Subscribe to his channel. Donnie, what's up, man? I saw mock draft taking wide receiver first. Perfect to build around Fields for the future. Give him the time to develop with more weapons. Yeah. That's the plan. They're sitting Fields right now, kind of like the Panthers did with Bryce Young last year, to let the young quarterback kind of sit back and watch. You know, the guy who hasn't played in 2.5 weeks, but somehow gets a knee injury on a Thursday without practicing with the ones. So yes, that's the plan. 100%. Got to build around Fields. We are also going to have a robotic arm built so Fields can throw better, and a chip implanted in his brain so he can read the defense better and throw on time. Ricky, I don't doubt him, buddy. I'm just teasing you about the Florida State players, buddy. I'm not. I don't know anything about the player. I haven't watched any Florida State football. I watch SEC and sometimes the Big Ten. I watch the big conferences. That's it. I don't watch. I watch ACC basketball. That's it. I can't watch ACC football. The only time I really watched ACC football is when Lawrence was there and Clemson was one of the best in the country. They just were on every week on ABC up here in the Northeast. Fred, if anything, needs his fucking arm tuned down because he will rifle a screen. Well, I didn't say he needed a stronger arm, but with a robotic arm, you can provide touch. With the chip in your brain, you can read the defense to know where to go with the ball and then throw it without reading it late and going, oh shit, and scrambling and panicking and missing the guy. That's the biggest problem with Fields. The game is too fast for him. He doesn't read it, he doesn't process it, he doesn't anticipate it. It's like playing, I've said this multiple times about him. Watching Fields is like going out and playing street ball. When you play street ball, you don't know the routes on every play. Guys are running and you're just waiting to see it and then you throw it. You can't play like that in the NFL. You know the plays in the huddle. You know what's going on. He just acts like he showed up. I will say this. I have started when Bill Belichick, for those of you who don't know, I'm a big North Carolina Tar Heel fan. Shout out to Leanie if she's still here. Johnny Boy as well. North Carolina is like my first love with sports. My dad and I, in the early, mid 80s, back when J.R. Reed was there, Rich Fox, I fell in love with North Carolina. There's many photos of my family throughout the years together with all of us, my daughter, my dad, my son, all in North Carolina gear. The day, last December, I believe it was, when Bill Belichick signed with North Carolina, I stopped wearing. I was right after Jordan, Donnie. I was born in 78. So like 85, 86 is when I really got into it. Jordan was too young for me. I don't remember that. My dad always talked about it, and obviously all the highlights and everything. Now, when Bill Belichick took the job, I said, I'm not wearing these colors. I got sweatshirts. I got a beautiful Jordan winter jacket, a puffer jacket, North Carolina. Hats, winter hats, everything. T-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts. I'm not wearing these colors. I refuse to. And then just the last couple weeks, I started wearing them again because how horrible Bill Belichick has done and how awful it is. So, and it's not just me shit talking. Somebody said that North Carolina might be the only college football team, Division I, FBS, that doesn't have any draftable players on their team. Nobody on North Carolina is projected to get drafted this year or next year. And he brought in Joe Lombardi as his general manager. I hope he gets fired. I hope he runs the football program into the town. I've never been a North Carolina football fan. It's just always been basketball. But I hated the idea of wearing the same colors as Bill Belichick. I absolutely hated it. Old Dave says, Fields is epileptic. Side effects of the meds he's been taking since youth are delayed mental processing. I wonder if that has been a factor with him. Could be. Fred, more Tulane players will get drafted than UNC players. It's going to be funny. Yeah, man. Bill Belichick, at his age, like, what are you doing coaching college? I'm surprised because I know he was close to the wins record in the NFL. I think he's 24 away. You couldn't find a team. I thought the Bills last year. I said this going into the playoffs. If the Bills don't make the Super Bowl, I would move on from McDermott. You've gone as far as you can go with that coach, in my opinion. And that would have been a place to bring Belichick in. You have your quarterback in place, so you don't have to worry about Bill finding one. And that would be a team that he can go coach for 2-3 years, get the wins record, maybe get them there. But I'm happy it didn't work out that way. But shout out again to everyone who's here watching it, all 30 of you. Appreciate you guys. Donnie says, would you have taken the risk if Lane said, I want to coach the Jets? Would you have wanted him?
Say in ninth grade, by the light and so bright as the twilight's last gleaming.
No, Donnie. I would not have let Lane coach the Jets. I would not have let Lane. Now, I assume you mean Lane Kiffin and not Lane Kerner. No, I'm not a fan of Lane Kiffin. I'm not a fan of the tactics. I'm not a fan of the person. I am not a fan of, if that's who you're referring to. Yeah, I am not a fan of Lane Kiffin. I think he's everything that's wrong with sports. I think he's everything that's wrong with greed. I think he's everything that's wrong with humanity. Can be a good football guy, but not a good guy. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Yeah, yeah, Fred, they are. Old Dave, Belichick exposed. The crap finish in New England, the crap finish in North Carolina, and the embarrassing girlfriend. I'm here for it all. Well said. I hope she leaves him like for one of the players. It's the only way the story could get better. Like him getting embarrassed would be the best way. Mike's here. What's up, Mike? Jets welcome Carnell Tate first, Sonny Styles or CJ Allen second in the first round. Awesome for us. Pavia in round 3. Well, as of right now, we don't have a third rounder. But I'll tell you this. If they don't take a quarterback with their first 2 picks, I expect them to bump up into late round 1 and take the quarterback there. And here's why. You don't want to wait to round 2 or 3. You've seen the Giants do it with Dart. You've seen the Ravens do it with Lamar. You're better off bumping up into round 1 where you get the 5th-year option. You don't want, like Joe Tittman is a second rounder. You get a 4-year deal. If you're a first rounder, you have the 5th round option. So if there's a quarterback that they want to roll the dice on, you don't wait till early round 2 to do it. You bump up into the end of round 1 and you take the guy there. So that way you have that extra year before you'd have to extend him if and when he hits and deserves a second contract with you. So I think that would just be the strategy. I don't think you wait for 3, regardless if you have the pick or not. I don't think you wait for 3. Swamp Ranger, pleasure talking to you last night. Get a new QB coach, draft Aller in 4 or 5 if they don't go QB in round 1. That could be an option. That could be an option. If we win a couple more games, taking a project. Listen, I think Taylor, I got no problem with Taylor being a mentor for a young quarterback. He's got high character. He's a good leader. He knows the system. I have absolutely zero issue with him being a guy. And now I base this off of this as well. This offense gets better the next 5 games. Garrett Wilson comes back and it shows that Taylor can run the system. I don't think you have to rush to take the quarterback or trade up next year. Do I want a quarterback? Yes. But more importantly, I want the right quarterback. And if you can get a guy who's viewed as a project and get a long-term backup who played at a big college program, all right. And then you go all in 27. I wouldn't want to wait, but I'm okay with that happening. Listen, we've seen this team. We know this team has holes. We know we need a safety. We need a linebacker or 2. We need another defensive end who's physical in the run. We need another big, badass monster at defensive end. We need a center We might need another running back if we lose Brees. I would like to get another tight end if Ruckert's gone. Maybe a wide receiver. I know a lot of you want a wide receiver. We're not far off. We just got to hit on the pieces that we add. And I haven't even spoken about free agency yet. So I think Woody Johnson and Christopher Johnson look at Aaron Glenn and kind of say, this is the coach that we want. Let's give him the time. And I hope to God that the idiotic fans who want to scream fire people right away just don't have a platform to do it. I think the best thing to do for a young quarterback is structure your team so that when the quarterback comes in, he can succeed. Don't make him the saving grace that we've heard so much in the Jet community. Don't make him the savior. Make the team so good that the quarterback can just be a part of the come up, not be the only reason for it. Brad says the Tyrod, I would take Mariota as the bridge. I'll tell you what, I don't know the name of the podcast. Somebody let me know. Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson interviewed Taylor the other day. It's about a 12-minute interview. And I checked that out and I listened to it. Doesn't sound like Taylor is close to retiring. Said he doesn't have a date, said he doesn't have a time, but he's like, I enjoy the process. I enjoy the preparation. I enjoy getting ready for the season. So looking at Taylor's interview, didn't sound like he's at the finish line. He enjoys it. Nightcap. Thank you, Clancy. Of course, it's an easy bet. If you're going to ask one of our night owls what the night talk show is, of course, Clancy's going to get it. Shout out to you, Clancy. Thank you. But yeah, if you Google Tyrod Taylor Nightcap, it's about, like I said, I thought it was a good watch. If you're a Jet fan, I think it's worth watching. And it gives you a little bit more of Taylor. Of course, there's the shenanigans of Sharp and Ocho in it. But I think I got the impression that Taylor is down to play more. And I hope it's here. I really do. I hope he stacks a couple more wins. I hope he gets Garrett back. And I hope that the Jets go to say to him, hey, you want to play 1 year or 2 years? Your call, bro. And just let him be your backup and your spot starter. And if you got to start next year with Taylor for 4, 5, 6 games to the bye week, whatever the case may be, I think Jets fans will be okay with that. I don't think there'll be a full-blown panic if you get a rookie and say you're going to sit for a bit and learn. I'm fine with that. 25 says, I'd make a push for Likely in free agency. Yeah, I believe you shared that in the Discord when they signed Andrews. I think it was you, if I'm correct, 25, that said, go make a push for Likely. I know that's your guy. I say he's athletic. He can get downfield. I think he could go get a starting role and starting money somewhere. I think he's that talented. I don't know if he would take a backup role. But thank you all of you for being here. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so. Here at the Nick Shine Show. Pleasure to have all of you guys with us right now. See if we got any new subscribers. Refresh. Nothing yet. All right. Also, for those of you just joining the show, Darrell Rivas mini helmet, cash money, $5 super chats, memberships. Make that yours. Wrap that up. That's what she said. Not to me, though. Put it under the Christmas tree and give a family member a nice treat. Freeman McNeil, autographed jersey. Both of these will be sent out to get rushed to you before Christmas. We'll be raffling those off after the Saints game, Sunday night, the 21st. The Saints game that I will be with Green Bean and Jeremy for their game cast. Mac Jones. I know I read the rest of it, but no, I want no part of Mac Jones. Mac Jones to me is Carson Wentz 2.0. He just seems like an asshole. He just seems like a guy that I do not want as part of my culture. I don't want him anywhere near a young quarterback. I don't want him near the New York market. I feel that he would absolutely be a guy who looks to self-promote, and I want no part of that. None. Listen to Robert C. Tell everyone you know to subscribe and tell everyone that they know. Thank you, Robert. Curly, I'll be in New Orleans to watch that slop fest. I will super chat you a couple dollars to go get some money for beads. Does that happen in December? I never been to New Orleans. Old Dave in California says it's going to be 43. 43 and sunny, I believe. It's going to be like 28 in the morning, so it'll be cold. And then it'll be around 43 at kickoff. But I don't think any rain is in the forecast. Yeah. Nothing in the forecast for now. Signing Mac Jones would be.
Show me your butthole.
Oh, signing Mac Jones would be.
That guy fucked me twice.
Signing Mac Jones would be. Signing Mac Jones would be. Signing anybody but Mac Jones would be. All right, folks. Well, I thank all of you for watching. What we do here at the end of the show.
Now let's go to What Did We Learn Today, courtesy of Nick Shine.
What did we learn today? I learned that Max will be out at a bar or club or a frat party with music blasting and still be checking his phone to see if there's YouTube shows going on. So shout out to Max. Drop your What Did We Learns. Nah, Bill, it's all about angles. That's what she said. But it's all about the angle. Signing Mac Jones would be like Allen getting fucked twice. Yeah. Poor guy. Yeah, I can't see it. Everything Aaron Glenn is doing is with intent and purpose. And I can't see bringing in somebody like that when you're building it here. Doesn't make sense to me. It's a move that screams desperation, and I don't think that that's how they're going to operate. Well, Robert, you should have known this, my friend. You should have known. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Old school wrestling. Dave Briga, my friend. Mac Jones would melt in New York. Mac Jones would self-destruct. He would tear the locker room apart. He would argue with teammates. It would be a shit show, Dave. It really, really would. Thanks for watching, Mr. Briga. Appreciate you, sir. Another minute or two. Any more What Did We Learns? We'll get those going. Yeah, back when wrestling was good. It used to be like must-see TV. Late '90s, early 2000s. I came up at the perfect time. We were like our late teens, early 20s. So that was a fun time, man. Getting together, watching it, going out after. Yeah, Mark, they were great. Old Dave. I learned that Nick has a very old concussion. Oh, I have several. We used to do wrestling moves back in the day. Speaking of wrestling, and I got hit over the head with a steel chair one time that knocked me out into a built-in pool. It was basically the scene out of Old School when he had to jump in the pool and save Will Ferrell after he got the trank dart. My buddy had to jump in and get me because I got knocked out into the pool with the chair. So yeah, Kevin, we do. We've fallen off. I know my schedule sucks, man. I appreciate all of you guys that gift and contribute. And I know I haven't been able to do as many shows with everything going on, and now that the season's here. But oh shit, my man, Clancy is propositioning the chat. I'll give you his number in beast style if anyone wants to reach out. I got you. But Kevin gifted 5. Thank you, Kevin. You're a nice guy. Your 5 went to Black Gypsy that we mentioned earlier, Jet Life, Thomas Shawalk, Big Will, D Van G. Thank you, Kev. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I was going to give one myself. I was pulling it up. But thank you, Kev. Hell yeah. People who are members of the channel, you got the Kevin Tattoos emoji. Make sure you use that. Good evening, Shearsy. Pleasure to see you, my friend. My membership went to DJ Dirty Cooch. One of the favorite names to say in the chat. That and the Pussy Assassin. Dirty Cooch and a Pussy Assassin. Go hand in hand. Yeah, Kev, I appreciate you more, man. You're the man, buddy. I'm looking to see if I missed any. No, Clancy, I didn't see that. You can't convince me. It's not there. I didn't see it. Johnny Boy, I learned that the new Diddy documentary is insane. Maze, I learned that Max and Charles are in a race to end virginity. Now, it's 2025. It's almost 2026. We don't judge, folks. Maybe they just kind of end each other's simultaneously. We got to ask that to them. Would you be willing to do a friend a favor? Not yet, Fred. Not ever. Not ever. Maybe someday. Hopefully. I'll pray for the kid. It's going to be a weird prayer to put in, but we'll do that. Old Dave, I learned that Kevin Tattoo is a generous dude. Yeah, a lot of generous people, man. Kevin's up there. Kevin's a great guy. Many great guys and gals in this chat. Appreciate all of you for being here. Yeah, Kev does. Appreciate you being a part of it, Kev. Very happy that you found this channel, man. Very happy about that, man. You've been a great addition to this community, the Discord. Happy for you, bro. And selfishly, I'm happy that I met you. You're a great guy. You're a nice guy. Jaden saying Diddy didn't do it. Well, not to you, Jaden, because if you volunteer your services, he didn't do anything wrong. But folks, speaking of people who are emojis on this channel, it's that time. If you haven't already, hit that Canadian flag. As we wrap this show up, for those of you that are new here, what we do is we list what did we learn, and then at the end, we kick it up to the greatest note taker in all of the lands, in all of the worlds, in all of the galaxies. And we ask Mr. Boomtown, would you please, good sir, drop it like it's hot and tell us, what did you learn today? I learned that Jaden is still in denial. Yeah, hey, listen, Clancy, he likes what he likes. Who are we to judge, bro? Let him be him. He wears visors. You know what visors are for? People who want to put things in an open hole at any time. I wore one time. Don't you mention that fucking picture either. Boomtown, I learned Justin Fields has knee soreness. Nikki got a car. At approximately 2:15 Sunday, the Jets will get an interception. Official Nick Shine prediction. Twitter did not dupe Nick today. Yet. Boomtown, bonus, unclear of Mad Max's location. But damn, does that bring back memories. We are a pair of tits away from losing Mad Max forever. The Night Owls know. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Puff ad in the house. What up, dog? Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am out. Programming notes. Friday, after Jake's morning show, I will be on, whether it's 12, 12:15, 12:30. Be right here. Saturday, I don't think anything. Saturday, I'm keeping open. College football's on. I got to coach my nephew's practice from 10:30 to 12. Kids are, hiccup. Kids are coming over. We're going to put up the Shine Christmas tree. Then we got Georgia, Alabama at 3:30 or 4. Then we got Ohio State, Indiana at night. Just going to relax, watch college football. Sunday morning, I can't go to the game because I have to coach the basketball game at 2. Pre-game show Sunday, 11 a.m. Post-game show, 8 p.m. Victory post-game show. What's the score going to be? Tune in tomorrow morning, and I'll tell you. Oh, snap. Lovely lady in the chat. Get your freak on. Leanie's in the house. The lovely Leanie gifted a membership. She said, you know what, Nick? I'm sick and tired of all these goddamn guys winning all of your goddamn raffles. I want a goddamn prize. Listen, I'm not making it up. She just texted me those exact words. I would never put words into Leanie's mouth. She said, I want this or I want that. So, Leanie, thank you. Her membership went to Retire 80 already, which is Yeti. Shout out to our buddy Yeti. And thank you, Leanie. I know, Leanie, if there was a lady who's going to win, it's going to be you. It's going to be you, Leanie. And I can't wait for that call-in when you win. I know you do, Leanie. God bless you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everybody's support who's here. Whether you hit like, whether you talk about this channel, you tell your friends about it, you get your family members to support, your people at your tailgate, super chat, gifted memberships, call-ins, guests, whatever. All of you make this channel what it is, and I'm very appreciative for that. So, on behalf of the Nick Shine Show, this Nick Shine says to all of you, have a great night. God bless. See you in the morning. Get a good night's sleep. I'm going to try to. I haven't been sleeping well. I don't think I've slept more than like 3 hours in the last couple weeks. So, Clancy, I almost called you last night on the way back from the casino. I left there like 1:40, and I was just going to call you and be like, bro, because one night when Clancy and I first became friends in the 2024 season, after the Houston game, no, I'm sorry, it was the New England game. We had the New England game on Thursday night. We did the whole thing in the parking lot after the game. I drive Nikki all the way down to Old Bridge. The Jake's post game was on, and I'm listening to it. And I call Clancy. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just listening to Jake. I'm like, I need a favor. He's like, what's up? I go, I'm gonna fall asleep, man. I'm fucking exhausted. Can I talk to you on the way home? And Clancy and I talked for like a half an hour. So Clancy, thank you. Just shows, man, when you do something good for a friend, people remember that shit, man. People remember that. Fred saying 31-21 Jet win Sunday. Bill 31-24. Man, if we score 31 points with Taylor and it's all offensive points, I'll take that. I'll take that, man. We scored 27 this past week. 7 obviously was that very short field. But if we could be a team that's getting into the 20s with the question marks that we have, I'll love that. I'll love that. If we can see what this system really is, if we can put up 20s week after week the rest of the way, I think that's a really good sign for Tanner. I don't want to see any more 6-point games like we did against Carolina. Get in the goddamn end zone, Jets. Fuck yeah, bro. That's what it's about, man. That's why I love this community so much. And that's why I will do everything and anything in my power to help each and every one of you in any way that I can. Love you guys. Be good. Have a good night. And, oh, here's a good one. Enjoy.
Lane, thank you for letting us know.
It's a common thing. So how do you feel about Jermaine Johnson? How do you feel? You think that they could come out in the first half or second half? Will they masturbate in the first half or second half? I don't know. I would have to think about how they feel about it going into be a lot of semen, but I hope the fans don't get grossed out if that happens during the first half of the game. Is that me? I look like I got my teeth fixed. 2, 7, 11. I love the Jets. Hey, Lane, what are you doing? Yeah.
Do a backflip. Do a backflip, Lane.
Bye.
Lane. Bye.
All right. I'm going to play that again for everybody. I haven't played that one in a while. And I got to set up my own StreamYard. For those of you that don't know, myself and Jets Chaos share a StreamYard. But he's getting out of doing his own, and I'm going to have to start my own at the end of the month. So I'm going through all the videos this morning and looking at what I got to save to the computer so I can upload it when I start the new StreamYard. And watch when I'm going to tell you exactly where it is. Hold on. Damn, it glitched. Watch at the end when he does like a jumping jack or lifts his leg up to fart, his zipper's open. So maybe he did do the dirty deed right before this. Enjoy.
Lane, thank you for letting us know.
It's a common thing. So how do you feel about Jermaine Johnson? How do you feel? You think that they could come out in the first half or second half? Will they masturbate in the first half or second half? I don't know. I would have to think about how they feel about it going into be a lot of semen, but I hope the fans don't get grossed out if that happens during the first half of the game. Is that me? I look like I got my teeth fixed. 2, 7, 11. I love the Jets. Hey, Lane, what are you doing? Yeah.
Do a backflip. Do a backflip, Lane.
Bye.
Lane. Bye.
And it's totally open. One more Lane video because I'm enjoying these.
This is his Bobby in his orange chair. See, this is him. I like the Jets. Come on. Let's give my wife. No, I mean, I'm Neil. I saw that game, and I was in my nuts. How could they not win? I'm upset right now, going bonkers with a cigar in my mouth. I was watching it, and the record's like 10-3 now. You know? Let me just go step out the window right now. I'm Charles. the hat on.
Oh, wow. That's fast. Yeah, you could do. All right, hold on. Let's do Alan. Do you want to do a impersonation of me?
Good evening. Before I start this show, these are the advertisements. Custom best bourbon that you could get for just 99 cents for the you get 50% off anytime you go to like Buffalo Wild like wings for any Jets game or Giants game. We're gonna go take some callers now. Bobby, are you there? I don't think he's there. I think he's in a dark spot.
Would you be able to do an impersonation of Jake?
You know how it counts down to the beginning of the show and go, good evening. I'll have shows on for 2 days. I had one this morning with Jeff Parsons. And the merch store, anything that you could get from the merch store is you get for any, like, if you become a member. The first caller we go to is Bobby, midnight. Hi, Jake. Hi, Bobby. Oh, you look happy. Can we see your cat? Okay, I'll show you my cat. Oh, the kitty cat. I can do this all day.
Can you do an impersonation of Robert C?
Don't worry, but his hair's never clean. He looks like a guy from Monster Inc.
Are you going to race Charles at MetLife Stadium in the parking lot of 40-yard dash?
Do you know the national anthem?
Money needs some cash. Money's broke. He can't keep sending Bitcoin to chicks with dicks. And when he takes a shit, we all know he'll fall into the Bobby Show. So the next time that he shaves and cuts off his nipple, send him $1, cause his wallet is empty and it smells like farts.
Excuse me. No, I'm pissed off at him. I'm done. You gotta put some back shorts on, okay?
You gotta wear a shirt that's Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
You
guys think this is funny. It's not funny. Like, look at the medical conditions.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Hey, give me 1 second. I'm ending the show. Hold on. All right, everyone. Good night. God bless. Be good to one another. I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon. Go Jets.